Hello, and I'm back to review the second installment in Demon Slayer. It starts off right where the last one ended, with Tanjiro fighting the all hands demon. Tanjiro manages to kill it, and we get some more demon's backstory before he became a demon. And once again, Tanjiro starts showing his compassion towards the demon by holding one of his hands before he ends up disappearing. It is pretty refreshing to read series where the author is trying so hard to make the character morally grey when it seems like the character is just kind of mean, rude, angry, and just does a bunch of terrible stuff that just doesn't make sense, and then try and pass him off as being morally grey when they're just kind of a terrible person with almost no redeeming qualities. And when they do try and add the redeeming qualities, it just feels so tacked on because they realize that after the 7 days are up, they all head back to the bottom of the mountain where the two hosts or the two people who tell them a little bit more of the Demon Slayer corpse. You find out that apparently only 4 people survived when Tanjiro had encountered the demon. He was with another guy who apparently disappeared, so he doesn't know if he survived or not. And we find out there's 10 different ranks of Demon Slayers. They have these colored sensing katana, and survivors are able to pick whatever all they want, and then send it off to get their swords made. And there was one guy there, I don't know if he's gonna be a recurring character or not, but he's just kind of he seems to only want to have the sword. He doesn't really care about the Demon Slayers. He just seems to want to get his katana really badly, to the point of attacking one of the people, giving them the information, and Tanjiro steps in to try and protect them. And then it cuts over to a strange man, probably the leader of the Demon Slayers, saying that they have 5 new recruits instead of saying 4, but I don't know if the 4 refers to Tanjiro plus the other people, or if it's Tanjiro plus 4 people. So if it's referring to Tanjiro plus the other people, is referring to Nezuko, because the first Demon Slayer Tanjiro met knew about her and knew that she was probably gonna be traveling with Tanjiro, and so he'd sent the message who they were. So is he talking about her being a part of the corpse now? And when he gets back, Nezuko had woken up after 2 years of being away, probably to heal after the fight and after she had been changed into a demon. And then after a little while, the sword maker comes around and gives Tanjiro his sword. It's apparently a black blade, which people say might bring misfortune to Tanjiro, because everyone who's owned a black blade has apparently died. And he also gets his new uniform that protects from minor demons and fire and water damage. And he also gets a new box to carry Nezuko, which is supposed to be a lot stronger but lighter, to protect it from the sun. Every Demon Slayer gets a crow, a messenger crow, who tells them where to go for jobs, and he gets a job to find a demon who's been kidnapping young girls. One of them was engaged to the girl who disappeared previously, and has apparently been blamed by her father specifically for her disappearance, because they were walking together when she vanished. And so when Tanjiro meets up with him, he doesn't really blame him for anything. He ends up trying to help him out, and they find out that demon who keep going after young teen girls kills them, eats them, I think, and then keeps various prizes from them, like hairpins, ribbons, things like that. And it can apparently split off and get two more of itself to fight. And then it gets really confused by Nezuko helping a human. It still hasn't been explained that well of why she's different from other demons, even before they use hypnosis on her, because all of the other demons we've seen so far, they seemingly don't have any of their humanity, I guess. They all they don't really they just only have it attack humans and kill them. But Nezuko, for some reason, really wanted to tag Tanjiro. She seemingly still has she just acted differently when she was in the beginning, when she was a demon. She wasn't acting like the demons that have been portrayed so far, and that hopefully that gets explained later. But during the fight, Tanjiro ends up getting trapped inside this other world, in this different dimension, and they manage to save one of the girls. Because of the hypnosis they use on Nezuko, she sees them as her own family. Like, she actually, like, in her mind, like, they're her younger siblings. And so she tries to protect them. Even though she hasn't been training like Tenzero has, she's still, like, quite strong and fast. And manages to protect them long enough for Tenzero to kill the other two, like, parts of the demon. Throughout this, Tenzero had ended up learning who had made Nezuko into a demon. A demon named Musan Kibuchi, I think that's how you pronounce it. And he finds out that the demons can't speak anything of him, and he's like the only demon who can make other demons. And he's like the first 1,000 years ago. After the fight, you find out that Nezuko does need to drink blood in order to heal or regain her strength. She can actually like go to sleep and heal, which will explain why she had fallen asleep for 2 years, because she had to go through because her body had to change since she wasted so much energy changing that she had. And then Tenzero and Nezuko later travel to, Tokyo, where they meet Musan, but he's passing himself off as a human and as a wife and like a very young child. It is very strange that he's doing this. Like, so far he's like out of some of the demons we've seen, besides like Nezuko, he's like the most like human looking. Like, some of the other demons have like bulging veins on their faces, so like the demon in the forest, he had like 1,000 hands on him. You wouldn't think that she's a demon by looking at her. And it's the same thing with him, where he doesn't have like the same. He can pass himself off like as like a normal human without anybody noticing anything about him. He ends up seeing like Tenzero's earrings that he's been wearing throughout the 2 books so far, and he ends up turning a random guy into a demon to get away. But because most people don't seem to like they believe in demons but don't think that they're entirely like real, I guess. They think that Tenzero is just like attacking the guy, but he's saved by a demon woman and her companion, and they're named Tamayo and Yusiro. The woman is a doctor and she explains the cursed demons are under, where they like can't speak his name or anything about him, or they'll be killed. And she was able to break the curse on herself, which is why she was able to explain it to him. And she too is like different from the other demons, and so is him, where they don't need to like constantly like feed on people. They're doctors, they're able to just tell people that they're taking the blood for like transfusions, and you drink that in order to survive. And they agree to help Nezuko by taking blood from one of the powerful demons who serve under him in order to see if that might help her. And then 2 demons show up at the place, one with eyes on his hands and a woman who uses a Tamari ball to attack. And they end up controlling the ball with invisible arrows that only demons can see, and come after Tenzero specifically because of his earrings. And like presumably Tenzero has some sort of connection to Musan, not like probably like in the past, like one of his family members or something had the earrings or something, or he got them from someone. And that's why he's being targeted, because if he didn't do anything, he still maybe like might know something or prove to be a threat. Meanwhile, while Tenzero is trying to fight the woman, Nezuko tries to go off to fight the male demon hiding in tree. This one was like pretty good. Like, it does start to set up like kind of like the mythology of demons a little bit, where find out that each demon kind of like specific powers that only like they can use. Like, the female demon can control the ball. The demon kidnapping the young women can I think he can specifically like split off and preach the different dimension. And the Dr. Tamayo, she seems to have powers for herself, but so far leader of the demons can turn other people into demons. But then you find out that Tamayo, she was able to do it but only once with Yusiro, and she's never been able to do it again, and she's been alive for like centuries. And it's also curious as to how to like break the curse. I can't remember if she specified how she did it. Is Nezuko under the curse as well? I don't think they say, because she also like never speaks except for like grunting mountain because she always has the bamboo like hole. She always has that on like that. I think it's like bamboo in her mouth, so she doesn't speak, and she never takes it out because she never speak. You don't know if she can blame or know anything about him, because like if he turns someone into a demon and leaves, do they know anything about him by like instinct? They might, because like do demons know any of this stuff without being told, or do like other demons have to like explain to them like what this stuff is? So do they just kind of like somehow pick it up? Like I don't know, like would they, like you never see like some demons like will like up together like the two demons at the end, but we never see like demons. So far we haven't seen like demon trying to teach another demon like what this stuff is. So it's like would Nezuko know this stuff? I have no idea. And it's also like, so far they say that demons have been around for 1,000 years. How did he become the first demon? Because he can make other demons. So did he use some kind of like magic? Like what happened to make him into the first demon? And like he didn't seem to know anything about Tanjiro. Like he only started going after Tanjiro because of his earrings. Kind of wondering if he knew about like Nezuko too, because like all of the other demons seem to be kind of confused by Nezuko because she acts so differently. Would he try to go after Nezuko too to try and like get her on their side, because she still is a demon, and a demon working for the Demon Slayer Corps might not be like a good idea. Like if she is able to later on like sense things about demons, like pick stuff up about other demons in order to like tell people, like because like they might be able to like use her to go like undercover in a sense and pick up stuff from other demons, because like they can sense that she's a demon. So it's like she could be like a useful ally to them. You just have to like wonder like how the rest of the demons Slayer Corps would react to Tanjiro working with his demon sister, because presumably the leader knows this. You would also have to wonder, it's like if he knows that she's a demon and has this hypnosis placed on her, like would he tell the other higher ups in the organization about this? And like how would they react? Because even though Nezuko doesn't hurt anyone and she doesn't need to like feed off of anyone to survive, all she needs to do is sleep for like a day or two, depending on how like bad her injuries are, like what they would do to her. Like Tanjiro still new. It's not like he's been in the organization for like years and like they would like trust him and her too. So it's not like he's already deep in the organization and then he reveals this. They might be fine with it, but who knows? Kind of see how it goes. So far so far the fight scenes have been pretty good. Like so far there haven't been like giant arcs. They've all been kind of like small arcs that go on for like 2 or 3 chapters, which is like fine in like beginning of a manga. You don't want to start like huge arc and right in the beginning, because I'm fine with that. I'm kind of like, just for right now, just kind of like going for like mission to mission. Like they do have like the bigger like arc of Tanjiro trying to find out what happened to his family and find the demon who did this and everything, but like they haven't had like a big arc within that. It's just kind of like a good way to get into the story, do like little snippets before you do anything like big and major. But yeah, I think that's everything for now. So yeah, I'm like, I do rather enjoy Demon Slayer. The characters are rather entertaining. Like I like the relationship between Nezuko and Tanjiro. Like they do have like a pretty like sweet relationship. But I think like this one and like probably like a few others are like pretty good for someone kind of like new to the genre to get into. And it is pretty easy to get into it, I think. See you next time.